Hey, what's up guys? I'm super excited to bring you this review of Owlboy. It's a game I've been looking forward to for a very long time. In Owlboy, you play as Otis, a mute young owl who ventures off into a heart-tugging emotional adventure about friendship. How does this high-bit flying adventure platformer 10 years in the making stand up? Let's dig into this quick review. The story of Owlboy is a simple yet warming coming-of-age tale. Otis's owl homeland gets besieged by airborne pirates, and Otis, along with his soldier buddy Getty and a few other trusty friends, must set out to put a stop to their dastardly deeds. Along the way, you'll team up with the rebellious pirate Alphonse and misbehaving spider Twig, using their abilities in conjunction with Getty's to foil the plans of those invading pirates. The first thing that will take you aback in this game will most likely be its refined pixel art. This isn't pixel art like we saw back in the Super Nintendo era, nor is it a contemporary mashup of what most developers consider throwback or retro pixel art. This is sophisticated and tastefully crafted pixel art with all the dressings of high-resolution graphics. The way the wind feathers up the grass, how the facial animations convey a real sense of emotion even when words aren't present, to the way the sky and the clouds slowly saunter in the background, it's all fantastically presented and makes you feel like you're in a living, breathing world. And the color palette, rich and bright with warm undertones, it pops, and it really invites you into the game. And this also translates to the caricature and the story. The detailed facial animations combined with the dialogue and narrative really make for a compelling experience and characters that are adorably expressive. It's a personal story set in a lovely world, beautiful in more senses than just visually. Your heartstrings will be pulled at times during the journey, but I won't be spoiling those moments for you. Owlboy's gameplay is a melange of adventure platforming, aerial navigation, and twin-stick companion shoot-'em-up. With the tap of a button, you can fly freely without any recharge mechanics, as any owl should, and on your own you may dodge, perform a spin attack that stuns enemies, and drag select objects after picking them up from the ground. But the meat of the game rests when you pick up your companions. The game then ventures into the twin stick realm, and you'll be flying around with one stick and free aiming with the other depending on the abilities of your counterparts. As such, this is how ability progression plays out in Owlboy, not by purchasing new abilities or unlocking them, but by finding companions and utilizing their skill sets to add to your own. It makes for more of an organic experience rather than pulling up a menu and clicking on Unlock the Fireball spell. Getty has a standard pistol, Alphonse uses a musket with a devastating blast radius but a slow reload time, and Twig can fire webs to trap pirates or use as a grappling hook. The weapons of these characters will be essential for navigating the environment too. The flaming discharge of Alphonse's musket ignites torches and burns plant blockages, while Twig's grappling web can drag Otis through strong winds or cross waterfalls that belie his flying ability. And when you learn to use all these abilities in tandem, the game feels liquid smooth and buttery, especially during special enemy encounters or bosses that require multiple combat approaches, such as dropping items on top of them to break their armor before going in for the kill. Owlboy's world exists as multiple hub worlds. They are thoroughly massive with lots of little hidden paths off to the side filled with secrets, treasures, and dungeons. You'll be granted liberal checkpoints throughout this quest, however the game never feels easy. It's all about spatial awareness, learning where you are and avoiding environmental hazards along your way. Faults are hard to find in Owlboy, save for some tweaking that needs to be done to the controls to make them more responsive. They're really good, but they're not great. It's a downfall, yet not a major one. The only other notable con I can say about the game is that the navigation can be tricky from time to time, as you'll be flying around multiple hub worlds, discovering lots of new areas. It's just all a little bit hard to keep track of. But all that aside, the presentation, the story, and the character arcs are Owlboy's strongest weapons. You'll find Twig's story arc particularly poignant, and you may find yourself open to the idea of exploring the deep character archetypes that each character is instilled with. You'll make friends, you'll feel the nostalgia from the obvious Zelda influences, and you may gush a little bit when the story all comes together. And it doesn't hurt that the gameplay is also refreshing, totally diverse, and satisfying. You'll also be treated to an amazing orchestral soundtrack by Jonathan Gear. So wrap all that up, and Owlboy is an extremely easy recommendation for me to make, and a big thumbs up. It's going to set you back $25 and you can pick it up on Steam right now. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the review, please subscribe to Downward Thrust now for more coverage of Owlboy and all other gaming goodness. And have a kick-ass day, guys.